Hello, my friends. Welcome to Lean and Clean with Fitness Chef Christine. I am your host, Christine, and I want to ask you some questions. How do you eat? There are so many conflicting statements out there. Let me just go through a few of them. Eat high fat, eat low fat foods, eat plenty of grains, don't eat carbs, eat your body weight in grams of protein, get 10,000 steps, intermittent fast, don't fast, eat every 2 hours. Eat your veggies with every meal except for carrots. They have too much sugar. Strength train 3 to 5 times a week. Do some cardio, but not too much cardio. Do some yoga. Maybe add in Pilates. Or just do all cardio, like dance and running. Do sprints. Be in a calorie deficit. Don't forget to take your electrolytes. Drink plenty of water. Don't eat fruit because it's too high in sugar. Don't eat 4 hours before bedtime. Your body can't metabolize it. Make sure you get 8 hours of sleep. Don't do too much cardio. Make sure you keep your stress down. So what is a gal to do? These are all the millions of things that I have been told, like just a little sliver of the millions of things that I've been told throughout the years, taking lots of nutrition classes, lots of fitness classes. Listen, even the professionals can't agree on what exactly you should do. And there's a reason for that, because we are all different. Yes, there are some commonalities of things that are good for everybody, but let's face it, your body, my body, her body, everybody's different. And our metabolisms are different and our needs are different. Yes, we all want to avoid processed foods. Yes, we all want to avoid sugar. But the extent that your body can handle those things is different for every single person. So what used to work for me 20 years ago doesn't work for me now. Why? Because my body changed. My hormones have changed. My age has changed. The amount of activity I do has changed. All these things change, and we may not even recognize that we have changed, but it happens to everybody, right? What are we to do moving forward? It becomes like you're a private investigator in your own life. We've talked about this before, but specifically today, I want to talk about 2 nutrition protocols. I don't like the word diet because that in my mind is something temporary. When I think of a nutrition protocol, it's how you are wanting to eat. So you may have heard years ago Atkins diet, which is now called ketogenic diet. So my daughter has epilepsy. And so it brought the ketogenic diet to the forefront maybe 10 years ago for me. I didn't really pay much attention because at the time it was not an issue for me. Nothing was happening. But recently I've been having, I shared with you a couple weeks ago, really bad leg spasms and bad Charlie horses and all kinds of inflammation. And I've done all kinds of blood tests. All my health markers are great. My LDL, my HDL is all good, and my insulin levels are great, and all the good stuff is happening. But my body still hurts. My legs still jump like crazy every night, and I'm still getting these Charlie horses. So I wanted to take a look back at the ketogenic diet. I pretty much follow keto. I do eat a great amount of meat and high fats and lots of vegetables, but I wanted to see if I tweaked it some more, leading more towards what I call ketovore. So it's primarily carnivore with a small amount of vegetables. I had to cut back on some cruciferous vegetables because they were leading to more inflammation. So this is my story, and this is how things change for me. And yes, I am trained in nutrition and fitness, but again, we have to tweak things as we go, as things present itself. So for me, it was time to look and see what is actually happening. And so this is where my journey is. So maybe you don't know what the ketogenic diet is because there's a lot of false information out there. So it's been around a long time now, and it's more than a fad. It's not really a diet per se, but a nutrition protocol where you eat high fats, a good amount of protein, very low carbs, so 20 grams of carbs or less, and cheese is okay, some dairy is okay, high fat dairies like whipping cream, things like that are great, and butter. But a step further than that, and now we're talking at carnivore. Carnivore is you are only eating meat products, high fat and meat products, including eggs. Why would someone do that? Part of it is it's easier, right? You always know that you're eating what you're supposed to eat because there's only one food group. So that part is pretty easy. You're satiated because meat fills you up and fat fills you up. You feel good. It's good brain food. So if you have things like epilepsy or neuro problems, it's probably very good for you. I'm not a doctor, so you would need to check with your doctor. I'm just telling you my own journey right now. So because I have all this inflammation, I have been going from pretty much a macronutrient diet where I counted my macros and I stayed within that. It was still low carb, but then I moved more to keto with a lot lower carbs, and now I'm shifting a little bit further over to this carnivore style. Still keeping my vegetables, still eating 1 or 2 sweets that are sweetened with allulose, so not sugar, but really trying to get rid of this inflammation. Let's talk about the actual definitions here. So the keto diet is based on the idea that your body uses carbs for energy, and when the carbs are not available, the body switches from using carbs to burning fat. This process is known as ketosis. A keto diet or a keto nutrition plan restricts your carbs, particularly simple sugars. And let me just say that if you have not quit the sugar train yet, that would be the first place I would start. Because although I absolutely love sweets and I was a professional baker for a long time, that sugar sends you up and down. It's the roller coaster, the sugar roller coaster. And to the extent that you can get rid of it, do it. You will be thankful. Your inflammation will go down. It's not cured my problem, but it has certainly helped a great deal. So we get rid of the sweets and we replace it with low carb alternatives. Now, going back to the carnivore diet, takes things a step further, which drastically eliminates almost all carbohydrates and forces the body to burn fats. Now, the reason I'm doing this is not for weight loss. The reason I'm doing this is to help my inflammation because I'm hurting. So it makes your body first burn fat that you eat. Then it continues to burn fat while you're trying to lose. And the idea is basically that your body will run on fats and amino acids in the meat that you are consuming rather than the sugars or plant-based foods. Do I think vegetables are bad? Absolutely not. I think there is a definite place where I would say that the nutrition protocol of carnivore is not a long-term, maybe years for some people, maybe months for some people. It depends on how your body feels. This is where I say that you have to be your own private investigator with your own body and see how it makes you feel. When I made the switch from macronutrients into more of a keto nutrients, now on to more carnivore nutrients, my body is starting to feel better. That inflammation is going down. Where I would normally get up 3-4 times a night with leg cramps and really bad spasms, now it's maybe 1 or 2 a week. So it's definitely gotten better, but it is not gone, and I'm looking for it to be gone. Let's talk about why it might be better or why it might not be better. One of the common reasons that people choose to follow a keto diet is to lose weight. And this diet can cause food cravings. That has not been my issue on anything with that. I really don't have cravings because I eat a sufficient amount. I'm not hungry, so that kind of kills the cravings. And without having sugar, without all those ups and downs, then I don't really have those cravings. The ladies in my free group who've also given up sugar have pretty much agreed that the sugar cravings are gone and that it's much easier to adhere to that. So you're looking for a healthy balance and digestive health, and it's difficult for people to maintain ketosis when they struggle to stick to this low carb lifestyle and they're not exactly sure what's going to keep them in ketosis. Therefore, one of the advantages of carnivore is that it's fairly easy to stay in ketosis because your body's constantly using the burning fat versus the carbs because you're not putting any carbs in there. So, and again, it's really simple. You're eating the same foods all the time. So it's meat and more meat and fatty meat and butter and olive oil and avocado oil and so forth. It depends on your body as to how it reacts. If it was just for weight loss, I would say that a low carb diet lifestyle is probably good enough. But if you have inflammation problems and underlying issues, maybe it's mental health issues, maybe it's just you're just struggling for energy or whatever, I always say you have nothing to lose by trying. But in order for a nutrition protocol to be any good to you, it has to be 30 to 60 days. It's not something you can try for a week and be done with it. It's something that you have to try for long term to see the benefits of it. The first couple weeks are always the toughest. I can tell you that you have headaches, you feel funky, you feel like your energy level's all over the place. Stick with the protocol, whether it's keto, whether it's carnivore. I'm not here to tell you exactly how to eat. What I'm trying to help you do is determine what might help you reach your goals. So macronutrients, certainly if you're counting your macros and trying to stay within your carbs and your fats and your protein goals, can certainly get you weight loss, as can any of these other protocols. If you're in calorie deficit, you'll get there. The question is, how is it going to affect your body composition? So for instance, I'm gonna back it up here a little bit. I've always had this little section right here, right? I had an appendectomy, so I've got a big scar here, and it tends to, I don't know, just pack it out there, that lower belly pooch. And I can definitely say that changing up the ratio of fats and carbs and proteins within the same amount. Now I will say I'm not tracking anything because it's a very simple plan, that it has definitely changed my body composition, good or bad. Now I still have been, I did cut back on my strength training from 5 days to 3 days this year. And I did add in more Pilates on those days. So some of that body recomposition has come from the change in the way I'm working out. And some of it has come about because of the way I'm eating and the inflammation changes. What I'd love for you to do is decide what's right for you to try. So I would start with giving up sugar, because there's absolutely wonderful benefits besides anything else if that's what you're going to do. So start with giving up sugar. Then decide the direction you're going to go. How low of carbs are you willing to go to reach your goals? And if your goal is just weight loss, you don't have to give up carbs altogether. Carbs are a good energy. But if you're having a lot of inflammation, or you're having depression, or you're having any of these mental health issues, talk to your doctor about trying some different nutrition protocols. I think you'll find you may be really surprised what a few tweaks of nutrition are going to do for you. Now, don't be surprised if your doctor doesn't know a single thing about nutrition. Most of them don't. They go to medical school, no diss on them. They go to medical school and nutrition's a little blip in their book. What I think is the best thing to do is find a functional doctor who really understands the whole body and how everything works together. That's not to say that a medical doctor does not do that necessarily, but many are there writing prescriptions. Try to stay away from that. If you can handle your stuff naturally, you are that much better off. That is just my opinion. If you have questions or you want to hear more about my journey, I will show you the results over time. Time is the big tell-all. Obviously, this is a new thing for me, so I will keep you informed. As far as my training, I have done a lot of classes in nutrition, and some at the PhD presenters don't always agree within that. Fasting, not fasting, keto with fasting, intermittent fasting, 24-hour day fasting. Again, it can be all over the place. You have to decide what is right for you. For me, I can go 2 meals a day and have no problem. But generally I have 3 full meals a day, and they are more protein-based meals. At the end of the day, that is what I'm doing. More protein, less of everything else. So I hope this has been helpful. I hope that I did not convolute it and make it crazy for you. But I'm very passionate about fitness, about food, really about keeping weight in check as we get older, keeping our mobility as we get older. Let me tell you, I did a new mobility program and I about kicked my butt. And I feel called by the Lord to just keep spreading this message. Take care of your body. We have one body, and it is given to us by God, I believe. So we need to take care of it as best we can. And I'm here to present information to help you do that. I will be having some guests on as we come into the holidays and we work on our holiday strategies. So look forward to that. And I wish you all a blessed day. I'm here to help if you need anything. Much love to all.